Hey, what's up everyone, Vortex here and welcome back to Vortex Ray Shadow Legends. In this video guys, it's a bit of a special video. We're not showcasing anything, we're not gonna talk about any champions or some stuff like that. What I want to do, I want to figure out what this faction will be, right? So we're gonna explore some of these factions here. We're gonna try to find out something in the lore where we can, I don't know, maybe find out what the next faction will be. I'm not sure exactly, but I think it's gonna be an interesting video, and hopefully you guys will give me some insight. Maybe you know a little bit more than me, or maybe you just want to participate and let me know what do you think. Okay, so please put in the comment section, let me know what do you think the next faction will be, based on your knowledge or by playing the game or the lore, you know, Dungeons and Dragons, whatever. So yeah, this is gonna be the video, guys. So let's go straight away to the video and see if we can figure out what this faction will be. All right, so let's take a look first of all at what these factions are. Okay, so we do have some elves. We have like high elves, dark elves. We have barbarians, orcs, lizards, ogrins. Like if you think about, they go a little bit, let's say, into some of the lore, which for me it reminds me a lot of Heroes of Might and Magic, you know, where you have like elves, you have what they're called, demons, angels, undeads, you know. I haven't seen any angels, to be honest, but the Sacred Order, it's somehow a faction about angels. You know, we have Cardiel here, who is like an angel. He kind of looks like an angel to me. We have this guy here, Siegfried the Nephilim. In his alternate form, he looks like an angel. More like a dark angel, you know, with fire and everything, but he's still an angel. So I think the angel faction would be the Sacred Order, right? So Bannerlords would be like the humans, barbarians, we have barbarians. So we have to think about games like Heroes of Might and Magic, Diablo, where they have like different factions. We have to think about that, like games from Dungeons and Dragons, you know. So let's see, we have some high elves, we have some sorts of lizards. Okay, so yeah, lizard type, it's a thing in a lot of games. We have orcs, we have ogrins. Now for a while I thought maybe the hidden faction will be something like goblins, you know, but then when you look at these ogrins, they kind of look like goblins, right? Like for example, Gerda, she looks like a goblin. For example, this dude looks like the king, like from the movie The Hobbit, you know, and there's the king of the goblins. It kind of looks like that guy. So I don't think goblin will be a race that would be the hidden one. Okay, what else we have here? We have the skinwalkers, which is like more like animals, right? We have like cows, monkeys, wolves, pandas, you know, rabbits. So they are like more like the animal kingdom, which is a mix between animal and humans. So that's another thing. Obviously demons, we have the undead, dark elves. The Knights Revenants, they like maybe dark magic, like some sort of necromancers or something like that. That's a thing, right? We have the dwarves. We have the Sylvans, who are mostly like, they're like elves, but the ones that live out in the nature. So we have the high elves, who are like the royal elves who live in castles and stuff like that. And then the Sylvans, they are more like the ones who live out in the nature. You can see that they look like trees and flowers and whatever they are, you know. And for sure they are elves, right? Or at least in my opinion. This dude has like pointy ears as well. Pretty much all of them have pointy ears, yeah. So they are elves, but from the nature, from outside. So, and obviously you have the Shadowkin, who are more like an Asian type of champions. Like this Jintoro, he looks like a samurai. Even the mythical, this guy here in his alternate form, he looks like a samurai as well. Yeah, so these are more like an Asian type of champions. So what would be this hidden one? Okay, I don't think there's a connection between these unions here. For example, Telerian League, I could understand the Banner Lords, the High Elves, and the Sacred Orders. I don't think the Barbarians would be part of, let's say, the good ones. Yeah, because when you look at Banner Lords and High Elves and Sacred Orders, you think about the good guys, right? I don't think Barbarians can be considered good guys, because usually in pretty much any game or in the lore, Barbarians are like savages. They like to kill and destroy. So these unions, these teams here, they don't really matter that much. Even though the corrupted ones, they kind of work together. Demons, undead, dark elves, and knights revenants. The Galen Pact, it's again, this is a mix of stuff like Ogryns, lizards, skinwalker, orcs. Like, they don't really fit together that well. So we don't have to think about this one like something that can match with the other three, right? So my thinking is two races I have in my mind, two factions. One of them would be, which this one, I don't think this could be a faction, but who knows. I'm thinking something like water type, right? Creature from waters, like fishes, mermaids, you know, all sorts of animals that live in the water or underwater. That would be one faction. But the one that I'm thinking, it's the most, maybe like the most sure to have. I don't see any type of, let's say, machine, like robots, you know, something like that. Maybe this hidden faction might be one of those. Now, obviously, it wouldn't make sense in a game like this to have something mechanical. But at the same time, you know, it's a game that has a lot of races, so you don't really know. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, if the story and the lore of this game, it's somewhere with in a world where this kind of mechanical creatures, they don't really exist, then I think a water type faction would make more sense. Or not just water type, but for like elemental type, maybe like a fire type, something like that, you know. But for me, it makes more sense something robotic, right? Or alien, maybe something alien, you know. Maybe some creatures that come from another planet. I mean, we have the world of Teleria here. They kind of look a little bit like, you know, a world where anything can be possible. So who knows? Maybe some, let's say, some aliens from other worlds are gonna join this world. Again, you look at this and you don't see anything mechanical. You don't see anything like technology or technological in this world, right? Even the champions mostly looks like a medieval type of world, right? Again, if they stay true to this lore and the world they have, maybe something like a elemental race would make more sense as a hidden faction. If, however, they want to go a little bit the extra mile and do something different, I think a technological race with robots and stuff like that would be the next best choice. Or, like I said, maybe some aliens from another world who are joining this the Teleria world here, because I can't really find out another type of race. I mean, druids, it can't be a race, because the Sylvans, they kind of a mix of druids and high elves, so that's not gonna be a thing. We have demons, we have dead people, maybe a vampire race. What kind of champions would you put in a vampire race? Like a vampire faction, right? How many variations of vampires can you have? Not that many, right? Instead, for a faction that is like technological and robots and cyborgs and stuff like that, the options for creating champions for that race, it's endless. Okay, you can do whatever you want. The same goes for aliens, right? You can create pretty much anything you want as an alien, because you really can use all your imagination in creating like different kind of creatures that come from other planets. So that could be a thing. And what else? And if it's like an elemental type of creature, like, or maybe it's an elemental faction containing all the elements. So we have like ice champions, we have fire ones, but we already have kind of all this stuff in pretty much everywhere. So let's say, for example, this dude, yeah, he's with electricity on him. In his alternate form, he goes even crazier. We have like, for example, in the Ogryns, we have this dude. He's all icy type, you know. So I don't think elemental faction would be a thing, right? Yeah, I think that's not a thing. I don't think it's a viable option for as a faction. So in my opinion, that's the two factions that we are left with, right? It can be either technological, mechanical, cyborgy thing, or something alien. Other than that, I mean, we can also think about another type of faction. For example, if we look at the Shadowkin, so they have like an Asian type of lore and a story behind them, right? With ninjas and what they're called, and samurais and stuff like that. So if we think about this one, what if another hidden faction would be, if this faction would be something like an Egyptian type of champions, right? Something from Egypt with like all those creatures, Horus and Ra and all that stuff, you know. I think that could be a thing, right? So you have like mummies, you have like I don't know, those can't remember what's the name of those creatures. I think Hell Hades with his game Fateless, he's working on one of those creatures, Satyr I think it's called, or maybe even like a Greek type of faction with gods and creatures. Oh, that makes sense actually. A Greek type of faction, you know, where you have all these mythological creatures. We kind of have one of those. It's the Hydra. Hydra, it's coming from that lore, you know, from the Greek mythology. I haven't seen anyone that looks like, I mean, some of these guys, they kind of look like a Minotaur. I don't know. Yeah, they kind of look like that. So they kind of cover that type of mythology with these dudes. I don't know, maybe some Egyptian type of faction where you have all those creatures, all those mythological champions and creatures from the Egyptian mythology, or like I said, maybe something technological, robotics, or maybe aliens. That's the three that I'm thinking right now. There might be others that I'm not thinking about. That's what I think the new faction will be. I'm just giving my ideas, guys. I'm not it's not like I have any information about this, but I would like you guys to let me know, what do you think? What do you think the next faction will be? Is it gonna be something that is connected of the world of Teleria, or maybe they will go a little bit out of their way and create a new race that we don't even know about? Or they will use some of these ones that I talked about, you know. I'm really curious. I want to see what you guys think about this. Let me know in the comment section. Yeah, that was the video, guys. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.